I made a video during last year's World Series where I talked about who I believed then was the laziest player in baseball, Gleyber Torres, who had just cost the Yankees a key out in World Series Game 1 because he just didn't get in front of a throw from the outfield. But I no longer would feel comfortable giving him his title, considering his maturity in Detroit and the emergence of a new contender that's doing things I don't think Torres at his laziest would have ever done. No, instead, in today's video brought to you by SeatGeek, I'm going to attempt to show you why this spot should go instead to outfielder Cruz, who actually just got pulled from a game here recently for this exact reason. We'll start with that play and then go into a few others after. It was versus the Brewers in the top of the 7th with the Pirates trailing by 4, when he grounded this ball to third base, a relatively tough double play to turn considering the shortstop had to take the throw because of the shift. Still, he was thrown out at first by plenty because he was just walking down the line about halfway through. Pittsburgh manager Don Kelly would yank him from the contest shortly afterwards, citing a, quote, lack of energy and effort as the reason, basically directly calling him out for his laziness. This came just a couple of days after what might be the worst looking effort level I've ever seen on an error made in the outfield. As versus the Rangers this time, he let a line drive get past him on a couple hops in center before just watching it roll, not even attempting to go and get it. You can tell following this play, Kelly was also highly irritated, but I guess he was willing to give him another chance at that time. And it's not just on isolated examples we see this lack of effort. Here's 3 separate times he turned what could have been relatively difficult plays for infielders into outright easy ones, because he was doing that walking halfway down the line thing we saw in the double play. That just looks horrible. And in case you want to question what it actually looks like when he hustles, even at a moderate pace, check out this infield single he managed to register earlier this year on a ground ball back to the pitcher, turning what was there a routine play into a knock. The guy has elite speed. Most of the time, he should be booking it at 75% at least, not whatever this is, especially in close contests. And lastly, let's look at 3 separate plays with him in the outfield where he kinda lazily approached plays, resulting in the first one, the ball coming off his mid when he tried to accelerate at the end, not only allowing the runner who was rounding third to score, but also the hitter to get an extra base. And then 2 plays versus the Marlins where he got good jumps on little flares, yet didn't attempt to make any kind of play on them, turning both that could have been at least close into easy singles. Now, I hope anyone watching takes this video in the spirit that it's meant. I'm not trying to hate on Cruz personally. In fact, it's the opposite. I really think this guy has MVP upside when it comes to his physical tools. But if he doesn't take the game a little more seriously on a play-to-play basis, I don't think we'll ever see him reach anywhere close to his ceiling. And I know I personally would see that as somewhat of a baseball tragedy. Now, thank you so much for watching, and a huge shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek, which I use pretty much exclusively at this point to book all my own MLB games. You see, the fact is that since SeatGeek is MLB's official ticket marketplace, your tickets are fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase, which for me clears up a lot of anxiety that I might have with other exchanges. Add in the fact to give every ticket a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, which helps me to judge the quality easier, and you have, in my mind, a real home run. And if you use my code MADETHECUT10, you can get 10% off your next set of tickets. That's MADETHECUT10 for 10% off tickets to any event, MLB or otherwise. Link in my description and pinned comment. Thank you again to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video.